Across the city, the tents stretch everywhere.
The number of homeless tents and encampments along the world-famous Venice Boardwalk and nearby streets has been skyrocketing.
Facing a massive homeless crisis growing worse by the day.
From Hollywood to Venice Beach, scenes from what could be a disaster movie.
LA County Sheriff Alex Villanueva is calling out LA Mayor Eric Garcetti and City Councilman Mike Bonin, who represents Venice, saying they're not doing enough to solve the homeless crisis. So he is stepping in.
Diners at the outdoor cafes on Venice Beach now have a clearer view of what's become one of the city's biggest homeless encampments. It's here on the boardwalk and on nearby streets that our viewers have recorded assaults, tent fires, and just about every kind of violence targeting the housed and unhoused residents.
All right, the Los Angeles County Sheriff Alex Villanueva vowing to clear homeless encampments from Venice Beach by July 4th. His announcement comes after a close encounter on the Venice Boardwalk when a homeless woman pulled out a knife, you're seeing this, just feet away from an LA mayoral candidate launching his campaign. Here to react to Los Angeles County Sheriff Alex Villanueva. Sheriff, how did it get to this?
Well, what got to this is year after year of counterproductive and irresponsible decisions from the Board of Supervisors, the Mayor of LA, and the LA County or the LA City Council. Each and every person played a part in failing to acknowledge the unfolding crisis that gets getting bigger and bigger, and yet they're still applying the same failed formula year after year and somehow expecting to have a better result. It's insanity.
We increased our budget here on homelessness, not just doubling it, not just quadrupling it, not just octupling it. It's 16 times higher than when I started.
Amid the rising violence and homelessness in Venice, more disagreements, big drama on what to do about all of it between the sheriff and the district's city council member, Mike Bonin. LA County Sheriff Alex Villanueva has ordered deputies to move into Venice to help deal with what is becoming a borderline humanitarian crisis.
What do you think of what's going on with the sheriff right now?
Oy vey. We have a situation where ongoing outreach has been disrupted by this carnival sideshow that's going on right now as we speak.
Where's he moving everyone to?
Well, that's a damn good question. The only beds the sheriff has are jails, and he hasn't used them yet, but he's certainly been threatening to use them.
Sheriff Villanueva says state law is on his side. He has the legal right, he says, to send in his team.
A clash between community members and LA County Sheriff Alex Villanueva Thursday, with people on the Venice Boardwalk berating Villanueva over his decision to step into LAPD's jurisdiction and dispatch deputies to help house some of the people living in encampments on Venice Beach.
Is this outreach? Huh? How do you do outreach like that?
It's a little overwhelming, kind of gross and just a little nerve-wracking with certain individuals around.
You don't battle the homeless. We feed them, we nurture, we listen to them, we ask them what do they need.
Christine, when you talk to the people who now call the Venice Boardwalk home, you quickly realize that they are here because they want to be. So meaningful change is not happening anytime soon.
The group is upset over housing for an unhoused veteran with a medical condition named Robert.
I want it to be your decision, Robert.
On Tuesday, Robert accepted assistance from sheriff's deputies who drove him to the VA in West LA, even making one deputy emotional.
He reminds me of my dad, who was a veteran. It breaks my heart to see him here on the street.
But what happened once at the VA is causing controversy. Robert says he was left there and slept outside all night, ending up back on the beach the next day. Deputies say that's not true, and he was actually offered help but didn't want it.
My understanding now is that he was offered housing there at the veterans, at the VA. He refused. Robert was telling me, you know, unless you have beachfront property, I'm not going to go.
Many here just don't want the help. Robert, 76, has diabetes and arthritis. Has anybody offered you housing?
Oh, yeah.
And?
It's unacceptable.
The rats and the unsanitary conditions on the streets of the city.
These aren't people that couldn't pay the rent. These are people that are either mentally ill or just want to live off the grid. And you guys, not you, but the city council allows it, so thousands are coming. So who's happy about this?
I'd rather stay here.
Why?
Oh, they have curfews. They restrict how much property you can have. They want to tell you when you're going to come in and out and everything like that, and I really don't need that.
If you're not shocked by what you see, then I don't know what you would be shocked by.